And that's something a child should not have to sit up there and do.
No, I've never let.
It's just not. It's just not.
Ever.
This is not.
In my entire life.
You're not even meeting the essential parts of being a parent.
Nah. And you can tell yourself otherwise. You can reconcile. This is what we do a lot of. And unfortunately, in the Black community, we do a lot of reconciling with things, mainly because we haven't done the work yet again. Everybody afraid of therapy because it's a curse word. But we can sit around and drink in a kumbaya circle and exhaust our demons and talk about our struggles.
Right, and that's completely okay. Oh yeah, you can do that.
But you don't want to go to a therapy session and say, oh, because now it makes you look at your situation slightly different, and what happens is your perspective changes.
And they don't want their perspective to change.
No.
Because again, that's going back to what we're talking about. They want to entertain that relationship so bad that they're willing to overlook the realness of the situation.
You can, but at the end of the day, who's happy and who's not?
And they don't want to put up no boundaries.
Yeah.
Because real realization will make you put them boundaries up, because you'll realize, wow, I wasn't even getting the essential parts of what a parent is supposed to do.
Yeah, when I tell people stuff that I experienced, I think the thing is, I don't try to sugarcoat it. And I don't do it for shock and awe. I do it to give people the idea that, hey, just in case you complain about your situation, remember, there were people that weren't even getting anything on the daily. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I had to, yet again, the re-examining aspect of things. I went back and looked at my high school pictures. I'm in the 9th and 10th grade. I look like I was in the 6th grade.
Yeah, that was...
I look like I was in the 6th grade.
Telling.
You're talking about malnutrition. That means you are being deprived. So these are not stories for the campfire. These are real situations. So that's when, your psychologist down the road is going to diagnose you with PTSD, because they're like, you were in a war zone and you were just surviving. Mm-hmm. You weren't even thriving. You were just making things happen in the situation where you're like, okay, well, today, mm-hmm. I gotta eat. Today, gotta make sure that I get up, get ready for school. That means, sometimes I gotta get up, make sure my siblings are ready, change diapers, fix formulas,
and doing stuff that you shouldn't have to do as a kid.
I shouldn't even have to think about. That shouldn't even be my thought.
And like you said, that's where the breakdown of the Black community is, that they think that's okay.
We don't touch on that enough. There are more and more people doing it now in these what I like to call car confessions.
Yeah, people having some realizations now.
Yeah, they're like, hey, I went through a therapist, or I went to a professional, or I read a book, or I listened to some podcasts that made me go, and then the thing is, what people don't also, that small piece, that's a small little whisper in their ear that they don't realize, why did that trigger you to start crying? Because it opened up the floodgates that was building up, this dam that was building up of you holding and reserving your true feelings about the situation.
Yeah.
And you wonder why you get mad
at work,
talking about
or having conflict with a supervisor, and you on the edge,
deal with unbridled emotions,
and it's not even to the person that you're displaying all those emotions to. It's not work that's really the problem.
We talked about earlier, anybody can get it, and my thought was, anybody can get it. I don't care if it's you, I don't care if it's who, I don't care, nobody. Anybody could get it, because now I'm angry.
Yeah.
Because I got all these feelings that I can't do nothing with.
To the person that I really want to do it with, who it's really directed to.
At this moment, you're pissing me off.
Yeah.
So I'm going to let you know, I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're my boss. I don't care if you my coworker. I don't care if you're my friend. I don't care if you're my family member. Whoever you are, you can get it. And I had to learn that, no, everybody don't need to get it. They don't need to get the wrath of the experiences that you went through, and you never learn proper resolution, conflict resolution.
And that's another realization that people don't have. Like we talked about before, you know, when you've had a bunch of trauma in your life like that and you have a partner or whatever, you're talking to the trauma a lot of times, not even the partner.
Yeah, we talk about that a lot.
Yeah.
I even told you that one day. I said,
you speaking to the trauma, you know,
you dating the person, and they'd be like,
you haven't got to the real person.
And then when the person get healthy, they'd be like, you changed. It's like, no, I needed to grow and get better. The version that you got, part of it was me in there, you know, and the other part was
but a lot of it was trauma. Yeah.
It was just brokenness. I think people overlook, like I was telling you probably a couple weeks ago, I said, I look at being vulnerable as a sign of strength and not weakness. It takes so much to be vulnerable, to tell people your situation.
Yeah,
I think
does.
When you want to hide any parts that are embarrassing, that's flat out what it is. It's embarrassing to you. It ain't about, now you could be protecting people for the sake of saying somebody's name but it's like you still doing yourself a disjustice.
And that's still going to go back to toxicness.
It's going to still...
and the reason why is because you're still stuffing your real feelings.
It down. And why we got people on drugs and alcohol? We got people
because
overweight.
they got a lot of push down stuff.
We got people that's overweight. I've had many conversations with various people over the years, and we've had all the way round. That's why I'm overweight.
Yeah.
Because I was deprived, or
so now
I was abused, or now I don't want to be seen.
Yeah.
Because I was seen, and guess what? For being seen, I was abused.
Yeah. So now I'm unseen.
I was taught to keep my mouth shut. And when I even tried to open my mouth, I had to endure different types of abuse at that point. So then you learn to be seen, or you learn to be seen and not be heard.
Yeah.
I literally took that to heart. That term that we use, kids are supposed to be seen and not heard. Well, yeah, if you can punch me down enough, I promise you, I won't say anything. I won't. And like I said, going back,
and you go back to the resilience of a child. They're going to protect their parent.
You're going to protect your parent every time,
even if it's not healthy.
To the point where people don't even know. They're like, "Well, John, I didn't even know you were going through that." He's like, "Man, we was kicking it every day."
That's how well you was able to perform and pretend that.
It's like we said, performance.
Performers, yeah. I'm learning a lot about performers.
You know how to perform. You know how to do one way in front of other people.
You perform.
But behind your back, you turn around and like you do a 180, boom, this is who you really are. And it's like, I'm tired of these struggles. I'm tired of and I just said to myself, because people ask, well, when was the point where you said, I need to get help? I said, it started with a seed. I said, my auntie looked at me and said, boy, you angry, but you ain't angry with nobody in this house. And when she told me that planted a seed. And it let me know.
Did it make you start trying to think about what you are angry about?
Not at the time, no. Not initially, but I think little by little, I let that statement marinate. And I started thinking about it. And I said, anger was just a concept to me. Like it was just an idea. It wasn't nothing actual to me. Like, are you actually mad? Because I had been using it as my tool of expressing myself for so long. So no, I didn't think about it like that until a couple of years later. And then the whole situation where I had to start realizing, I get short fuse very easily.
Yeah.
And then that's when I was like, okay, if I want to be a better person, I got to get some help. I said, so anger management, sign me up. Counseling, sign me up.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't understand being transparent means, yes, you got to be vulnerable. You got to be open. You got to talk about the hard stuff. The reason why I tell people you need to do 5 sessions, because that first session, you ain't even going to be real with yourself.
Right. The first session is like pulling that car in on a towing hitch and dragging.
They just getting started. They just now doing the exam. They're just getting, those therapists are getting to know you, and it is not their job to tell you about their life.
Yeah, and that's what people a lot of times
All
say.
you need to know is their name, and that's it. You don't need to know that they married, got kids, have gone through experience, none of that.
Right.
They are the professionals. I am a software engineer. When people come to me, they don't need to tell me their story about their life. They need to tell me what's going on with their computer, so I need to hear the symptoms so I can resolve the issue. That's what a therapist does. They are professionals. I need people to realize these people specialize in their field.
Right.
That's what makes them a professional. We keep trying to doctor ourselves and dictate, oh, this is just a bunch of psychobabble. I used to hear a lot of that back in the day, and it was so annoying because it's like, that means you haven't even done no research. As much as we are quick to turn on our phones, you should do some research on these therapists and find out what area does that person specialize in. Do they specialize in trauma? Do they specialize in anger? Do they specialize in relationships?
And that's who you go see. And people have to realize too, it may take you a moment to find the right chemistry. You may not, you may not jive.
I had some flunkies. Don't get it twisted. I had about 3 or 4 psychologists that I just looked at and said, "Oh, I'm out."
Yeah, we've even went to one together that was like, "Okay, no, this is not. Yeah, this is definitely not it."
Yeah, we caught old dude at the beginning of his profession, and it's okay, but that does not mean the one means all. Just because the one was like that don't mean all of them like that. That means you got to find the shoe that fits you.
Well, I'm talking about the sex therapist that was a little odd. It was girl, I don't know.
That's what I said. We had a couple. We had a couple of them. I even had about 3 of them myself that I was just like, okay. But I had about 4 that were solid. And to this day, I not only remember their faces, I remember their names. I remember the instrumental, pivotal points that they made me see things. But it's. But
that's why people are resistant to therapy, because they're resistant to want to have to change. Yeah. And like that book says, Unlearning the Broken Girl. I'm reading by Anesa Laneigh is an excellent book and I'm reading it because I when I'm working with people and coaching other people, that's what I'm seeing a lot of in a lot of relationships. There's a lot of broken people that are trying to be in a relationship. Yeah. And they haven't healed these areas of hurt yet, and they're trying to be in a relationship. Yeah. And this book talks about unlearning the broken girl. So unlearning some of the behaviors that you learned, you have to unlearn it. Yeah.
Especially if it's not healthy.
Yeah. Well, and then that's part of that too, is that's why this book is good also, because it helps you actually break down the parts that are unhealthy, because some people are so used to going through life a certain way, they don't even know that they're doing it unhealthy, Yeah. They don't even know that this is unhealthy, what I'm doing. Yeah. And that's what makes people stay in these toxic relationships. Yeah. With no boundaries or, things like that, because they don't even realize the toxicity of what they're going through. Yeah.
Like I said, we were sitting there listening to Old Girl the other day, and she was just talking about when you start to accomplish things, or when good things happen in your life and other people are grinding their teeth under their breath about you, that speaks more about them than you. Yeah. That actually starts to speak to what it is that's triggering me to be this upset over one's accomplishment that's not my own. Right. And I said,
if you have a hard time being happy for other people and it's stirring up something in you, then there's definitely something there to examine.
Like you said, where people are literally waiting for something bad to happen. Mm-hmm. And nothing is more foretelling than social media. Yeah. like they said, people may not like what you post,
scrolling.
But they definitely are watching. And when you pull up the stats and you start seeing, oh, I only had 2 likes, but I had 1,000 views.
Yep. Oh yeah. I got
the comparison, the contrast is so far in between. Like what? They don't even add up. That's why when I had my YouTube channel, I started saying, "Oh, the views don't really matter. It's the comment. It's well, I mean the likes is what I meant.
Yeah.
The likes don't really matter because I would get like 10 likes, but I'd get 1,000 views.
Oh yeah, people watching and they want to hear what you have to say.
I said, so you don't take the time to like the darn video or comment? Be by 5
Too much
comments.
pride in that. I'm not gonna like nothing.
But see, the people
that's what they say.
Yet again, the people where it doesn't take anything away from them. That's why you will see me all day, every day. If I go down Facebook or Instagram and I see somebody that has been working hard to do something and they accomplish that, a congratulatory takes absolutely nothing but a few seconds to type up congratulations. And
that's something that I always do. I do that a lot. And my own family don't even appreciate it. You know, like it's strange to them. Yeah. You know, but I'm just, you know, it takes nothing from me.
Nothing.
To be happy for somebody else.
But see, that goes back to security within yourself, confidence, rest assurance, knowing who you are.
But when you have a problem doing that,
it's going to show up.
Yeah.
And it's going to show up unexpectedly.
You can't even, you know, encourage your family member or, you know. Yeah. I just find that ridiculous. But of course, I find it ridiculous because it's something that I don't have a problem doing.
Right. But
because it doesn't stir up nothing in me to.
Yeah. I tell you all the time, you know, don't always expect what you give.
Well, I've in my big age, I still have to learn that.
No, it's a challenge. It is because you got a big
through
heart.
My professionalism, everything else, I still have to learn that.
And it doesn't mean that you don't have to have feelings about it. It doesn't mean that you can't be upset about it. It's just that it's a harsh reality that some people, they're not even fully aware of their own actions. Like I said, I had to learn just even to understand that, oh, you know, when you left the room, people were talking about you because you hurt everybody in that room. And I'm like, what did I say or what did I do? Until it's brought up or brought to that person's attention. Now, if they continue to keep operating that same way, that's just truly, that's who you are because you don't care.
Well, particularly in my family, that's the issue anyway, because nobody brings up anything about how they feel. They get on the phone with somebody else and tell how they feel. Yeah. You know, the ones that actually speak up and talk to the people about how they feel, that's foreign to them.
Well, like that girl said, you know, she was just talking about that. She said when you are the vocalist, people like you. But then after a while, they begin to resent you.
Yeah, and I feel like that's what I get a lot of. Because I will say the thing.
Oh, that's kind of annoying that you keep bringing up stuff. Mm-hmm. And it's like, well, I'm in a healthy space, and I'm going to call out bad or toxic behavior.
And you teach people how to treat you.
You really do.
You teach people how to treat you.
You really do.
So without you telling them.
And then they wonder why their relationships fall apart. Mm-hmm. Their relationship with their mom or their dad or their kids or their spouse or their job or their coworkers or their friends. But like, I thought we was real cool. You thinking you've been friends with this person forever.
And it's like, no, honey, what it is.
No, we've been tolerating
unreal people around you.
Yeah, and then when you start
have a circle of performers around you.
I refuse.
And I refuse to be a performer.
Yeah, I refuse to perform for anybody.
Me too.
And sometimes it's gotten me in trouble.
Yeah, me too.
Because I perform a little too well.
Yeah.
They were like, okay, we believed you in that scene. We're hoping that.
Well, no, you didn't perform.
Yeah, no, I'm being silly. I'm just saying, like, you know, you let it be a little too real, and some people can't handle that. That's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. It's like if all I'm getting is the external, and you not telling me the internal. Like you are afraid to share, and like I said, vulnerability, it's a very hard thing. Like I said, vulnerability has been
and
told.
like you said, it really, people need to realize, and it's a struggle for me, myself too, sometimes being vulnerable. You know, but what people have to realize, like you said, is there's strength in vulnerability.
Very much so.
Too.
Very much so.
But
because you release
come up with
that
in a family that
doesn't it feel good to go?
To.
It was good that I now
let that out.
Let it out. Mm-hmm. I had many moments where I cried and was happy that I got that off my chest because I'm over here appeasing to you and you don't even care.
Yeah.
I said, well, what am I? Why am I trying to make you happy and I'm not happy? Mm-hmm. I was like, well, that don't make sense. So you'll see less of me. You'll see less of me.
And that's the boundary. And that's the part. Yeah. That's the one that people, again, don't want. Unhealthy people don't want to do. They have no boundaries. And then they wonder why their life is so in disarray.
Yeah.
Because you just let everybody around you do whatever, you know, and you have no boundaries.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're not holding anybody accountable around you. Mm-hmm. So everything is just out of control, like around you. It's people can talk to you this way, or people can do you this kind of way because you don't have any
right. You
help. Because it's like what a lot of people are now learning through therapy and stuff like that is that it is okay to have boundaries. It is healthy.
Right.
In a lot of situations to have boundaries.
It is a very
I do that thing. A lot. And especially in my illness, I have learned to have even more boundaries.
Yeah.
If I don't feel up to it today, I'm not doing it.
I'm not coming.
And I normally come to family functions and things like that. Yeah, I'm a person that shows up, but guess what? Now I have an illness that I deal with and you have no idea.
None.
You know, so if I'm not coming,
and
also
did,
my energy level of
it,
tolerance.
Yeah.
Like I said, I love my family. We have a family of performers all the darn time. Yeah. You know, I don't have the energy to be dealing with that sometimes. So if I don't have, I'm also not coming if I don't have the energy to deal with that kind of situation today.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to.
Yeah.
And if I know I can't come with the good energy that I like to come and have, I'm going to stay home.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to respectfully stay home.
Yeah. So, I think that's
boundaries are healthy. People need to get into it.
I tell people, listen, I learned a lot from my uncle. I was young and didn't fully understand what his actions truly meant until I got older. And I said, oh, my uncle was setting boundaries. Mm-hmm. Now, to other people who don't understand healthy means, healthy boundaries, not dealing with toxicity, don't want to be around negative energy because it drains the mess out of you.
Right.
My man was doing all that early. He was like, oh, yeah, I'm not coming.
He may not even realize that he was setting boundaries.
He didn't but see, he was just moving in such a healthy way. Mm-hmm. So he already knew that this ain't the scene for me. Mm-hmm. This ain't the scene for me. And when you do see him, it's like, oh, he really wanted to come.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing.
And good for him that he, didn't feel obligated.
And I said, you know what?
Again, perform.
Yeah. So I was like, oh.
Come and perform.
So I learned from that. I said, oh, I don't have to come to everything.
Because in my family, they do the opposite. They come and they perform. They don't stay home. They come. Yeah. But they sit up and perform because they're not, they have a grievance with this person or they have an issue with this person. Or they really don't feel like being here. They really don't. I'm not really feeling this family member right now or whatever the case is. Yeah. They didn't put up any boundaries. They come and they perform. They show up and then look good and look well and speak well and act like everything's fine and it's not.
Yeah.
And then they go home and it's just, it's not a healthy situation.
Right.
It's not a healthy situation at all.
Yeah.
Boundaries are okay.
Yeah. And it becomes evident when you start seeing people.
And when you're healthy and whole, you learn that.
Oh my God.
You learn that. It's okay.
Like I said, my homeboy came over one day. My man came to the house. He said, it's so peaceful here. I want to take my shoes off. I said, take your shoes off.
Yeah.
I said, but that's because I explained to him. I said, we fought and I'm talking about my wife and I, we fought so hard for peace that we refuse to give it up to anybody.
Yes.
And absolutely. For anybody. Like
100%.
And if you're not striving towards peace, it's going to show up. It's going to be clearly evident that that's not one of your main agendas. You do not care about peace in your life. You care about mess, and you care about things that, look good on the surface.
Right.
You look
performing.
Yeah. You want to give people this idea that that's okay. And it's like, no, it's not. It's not. It really isn't. Because you're not helping yourself. And that's why I said people will ask me questions because they know I'm going to be honest with them.
Yeah.
People will come and want to have long discussions about different things because they know I'm going to be honest with them.
Yeah.
Like you're saying, the opposite of performing, just being myself.
And that's.
And I tell people, I said, listen, you can accept this version of me if you want to. If you don't, it's okay.
Yeah.
I've flat out told my family, if y'all don't call me tomorrow, it's okay. I had to learn to be okay with that.
And that's how I feel. That's why I be telling people that have this whole thing about the invite thing.
Yeah.
I don't have that going on. If I don't get invited,
it's okay.
It's okay. I'm not gonna make a big deal about that.
Yeah.
I'm really not.
Yeah.
Because I probably didn't really care about going anyway. And you just kind of did me a favor. I mean, I suppose if it's something I wanted to go to, I might tell you, but most of the time I don't. It was okay. I didn't want to go no way. Yeah. you know what I'm saying? I was chill over here.
Yeah.
Very. So, yeah, but that's what I don't be understanding about the people that want to be invited, but they don't go.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it, but I don't.
It's the consideration. It's just being considered.
I understand the consideration, but my thing is that I don't want to go, so I don't really care.
Well, about the invite. So if we were talking about the introvert personality type, that's usually those people.
Well, yeah, I hear them say that a lot. Well, I wasn't gonna go, but I wanted to get the invitation.
Well, it's always about being considered.
I'm thinking to myself, well, why waste the invitation if you know they're not gonna show up? No way.
Sometimes
but I guess you still just give them the opportunity to say no.
Say something. Because they want to know that you've been considered.
Yeah.
But not being considered, that's even more hurtful.
See,
But if it's,
it don't bother me though.
What I was going to say, because that's not your personality type, it's going to go over your head.
Yeah,
it's supposed to go over your head.
Really detach in that way that it's.
Yeah, it's more about the extrovert introvert thing. If you're not an introvert, of course it's going to go over your head. Why do you need to spend hours by yourself? Because I get drained by being around people. And really what it is the energy. And truth be told, it ain't always about how many people. It's about the person.
Yeah, if they're energy drainers.
Oh, we call them energy vampires.
Yes,
they're vampires.
Very true.
And there are people who
and that's
suck.
The type of stuff that makes me not want to go.
Well, I've had people that I've been around that are vampires, and they suck the energy out of the room.
Yes, indeed.
And I can go from wanting to be there 3 hours to 2 minutes because I'm like, I'm ready to go. I'm tapping my watch and I'm looking like, but respectfully, I'm in a relationship, so I consider the fact that I wait and see, is it something that's mutual, or if she still wants to be here, then you know what, I can hold out. I say, well, I'll just put on a podcast, put my earbuds on, and just zone out, respectfully.
Yeah.
Because we've had those conversations. Like, I'm not gonna kill your buzz while you're having fun. I won't even say, most times I won't even say anything because respectfully, I'm like, it ain't that big of a deal. It's a person that I'm just dealing with for the next hour or 2 hours or whatever. And I always do a countdown in my head. I say, all right, well, I just got to deal with this for the next hour or 2 hours or whatever. And then it's over. And it's okay. Because I'm not hurt by it or anything, but yeah.